Here's something I'm trying for greens. I got butter crunch in here. I think I'm going to try to do 3. If 3 is too crowded, then I'll go with 2. Another type of lettuce. Looks like some turnips. Some beets there. This is greens, turnip greens, but just greens. They're known for the greens and not the turnip itself. I've got some more lettuce. I've got turnips in the next one, and then the end one down there are just greens. I just want to see how they grow in that. And these are turnip greens, known only for their greens. They don't produce, well, I don't know for sure if they produce a turnip, but they were sold as a turnip green. And we'll see if it presents or produces a turnip. These are the greens that I'm going to chop almost all of them completely off. I'll show you when I'm done. And what's going to happen, what I'm told will happen, is that they will regrow. Here are the turnips. These are the greens only version. And I've cut them. I've left a small leaf on each one. See if they'll come back like I've read. These are what my turnips look like now after that harvest. This is the second take. I've already, if you look in there closely, you can see where I've cut these leaves off at one point, and they've already grown back this size. So that's going to be harvested soon. All right, instead of moving this over the wheelbarrow and trying to fumble with this, I'm just going to cut these off right here in the platform. Here's the bag with the turnips and the turnip greens in it I just weighed, and I'm going to just trim these off and stick them in the bag with it. And instead of leaving a leaf or two on this, I want to see if I cut the whole thing off at the base, if they'll come back. So that's what we're doing today. We're just gonna have at it. You can see here, that's what they look like with a haircut. And these Alamos, they produce a little healthier root system. See here? And the color is good too. It's white. It's got some soil debris in it, but it's still white. And if you look here at the top, see if I can show you. What I've been trying to show is these are different type of roots. These are more air type roots. And the ones on the bottom, the ones that are in the gutter, those are the feeder roots. So we'll stick that back in there, and we'll see if these particular ones will pop back up and go mad like they did this last time. Here is the third grow in this particular little gutter, and you can see. Remember this? I've already harvested two times off of this particular planter, and man, they just look at that. It's crazy. I love it. I love that I can plant something, you know, in such a small container and get such production out of it. Went into the greenhouse and got me some turnip greens and a cabbage for dinner. And that's part of the turnip greens. I also am giving the mother-in-law a cabbage and a whole mess of greens myself. Turnip greens for her, I'm sorry. I want to tell you that I waited, probably should have videoed it, but I got 6 pounds of turnip greens. And I think I'm going to make one of my first recommendations. This is a turnip green called Alamo. Alamo does not make a turnip, but it makes big, broad leaves. They love the cold, and they are very good. So that's it. That's a recommendation there from C3 Voyage. Alamo turnip greens. The cabbage is a early Copenhagen market, and my daughter wanted me to destem these, and you can see just the stems themselves, half of a 5-gallon bucket, and this was overflowing, compressed when I brought them into the house. So there's a good bit there. I imagine that mess will eat on those for several days. And again, remember the Alamo.